Students, today I am going to discuss another important topic, that is epiphysis. That epiphysis is very common question during Viva examination, and sometimes it is asked in the theory examinations as well. I will tell two important terms. One is compound epiphysis and another one is simple epiphysis. So what is this compound epiphysis and what is simple epiphysis? I will tell you and the difference of these two and example of these two types of epiphysis. Before going into discussion of these two terms, simple and compound epiphysis, I am just telling you it's a very short story just for correlating with our main topic. Just listen to me, and I think it will be clear or it will be very much easy to understand why I am telling this story. Suppose in a factory, different departments are there, and in every department should have a director. Suppose in a factory, one of the directors is going to recruit some employees. So this is the director D, and he is going to recruit some employees. Suppose he will recruit three employees. So employees number 1, employees number 2, and employee number 3. So between these 3 employees which are going to face the interview to the director, there is a partition is there between the director and the employees. And suppose one employee number 1, he came at 1 p.m. to visit director, but he saw that employee number 2 still not arrived. Then he is waiting for employee number 2, and he came at around 2 o'clock, suppose 2 p.m. Now employee number 1 and 2, they are waiting, but still employee number 3 is not yet arrived. So they are waiting for the employee number 3. So ultimately employee number 3 came at suppose 4 o'clock. Now all the 3 employees, they are waiting outside this room and director is here. Then they decided they will together will face the director. So what happens? These 3 employees, they join together and then facing the director. And at about suppose 5 o'clock, they join together and they meet the director. So what we have seen here, if we consider this director as the diaphysis of a long bone, suppose this is the diaphysis of a long bone. So D for D, director is the diaphysis, and 3 employees, that means 1 epiphysis, then another epiphysis, and another epiphysis. 3 epiphysis appears after birth, and this epiphysis appears at about 1 year of age. This is about 2 years of age after birth, and it is about 4 years of age after birth. And the partition is here is the epiphyseal cartilage or epiphyseal plate. This one, epiphyseal cartilage or epiphyseal plate is there. Now these 3 epiphyses, they join together, suppose at around 5 years. So now you correlate 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m. means 1 year, 2 year and 4 year after birth, and their fusion among themselves at about 5 p.m. means about 5 years of age. They fuse together and then they unite with the diaphysis. like this, and at about 20 years or 18 years or whatever may be, this union, it is converted into the bone, that is synostosis, and the bone becomes mature. So upper end is formed like this. If you see the upper end of humerus, and here you will get three epiphyses, one for the head and one for the greater tubercle and another for the lesser tubercle. So for these three epiphyses, the time of appearance of the three different epiphyses will be different. For the head, it appears within the first 6 months after birth, and the greater trochanter, it appears about 1 to 2 years after birth, and then lesser trochanter. This lesser trochanter, it appears about 5 years after birth. So 5 years, it is within first 6 months, it in 1 to 2 years. And here is the diaphysis, and it is the intervening epiphyseal cartilage. So these three epiphyses will join together and then fused with the epiphyseal cartilage at around 6 years after birth. So all these three epiphyses become fused to form a compound mass or called compound epiphysis. But in the upper end of femur, that is the example of simple epiphysis. How? Suppose this is one diaphysis and one epiphysis for the head, one for the greater trochanter, one for the lesser trochanter, like this. The three epiphyses for head, for greater trochanter, for lesser trochanter, and this is the diaphysis, and here is the epiphyseal cartilage. Here what happens? This head joins separately, it joins separately with the diaphysis, it joins separately with the diaphysis. So this is the example of simple epiphysis, because they join separately with the diaphysis. If they join together first, followed by diaphysis by a single intervening epiphyseal cartilage, that is called compound. But here, epiphyseal cartilage between the head and diaphysis, between greater trochanter and diaphysis, between lesser trochanter and diaphysis, they are separate. So this is called simple epiphysis. So this is the main difference between simple and compound epiphysis. And if you are asked to give an example, your example will be upper end of humerus is an example of compound epiphysis, and upper end of femur is an example of simple epiphysis. If you like this video, click on the like button and share it to your friends, and of course subscribe it. Thank you.